Hello, my friends, hello. As Neil Diamond wrote years ago, I just called to let you know that I think about you every day, and I do. And welcome back to the Fun Astrology Podcast as we're kicking off this second full week of December, Monday the 11th, and I'm glad you're here. Quite a week we have coming up in the sky, indeed. We'll zigzag around a couple of these things. The new moon is tomorrow in Sagittarius, and in order to have a Sagittarius moon, we're going to get one today because at 6:10 this morning, East Coast time, the moon enters Sagittarius. So there's that little setup. The second thing is Wednesday of note, and that is at 2:09 in the morning. So basically, today and tomorrow are the last 2 days before Mercury goes retrograde. For its last jaunt of 2023, it will stay retrograde until New Year's Day. Then the other energy that we are going to be feeling this week, especially since Neptune is still too fresh, having turned and stationed direct, to have lost some of its effervescence, Saturday, the Sun squares Neptune. So there's a little bit of tension around Neptunian things, and of course the first place you would start to look or be aware of is lying and deceiving and trying to pull the wool over your eyes a little bit. So if you have that going on, just flag it, realize it's in context, and you can work through it. You can march right on through and come to spiritual solutions. I was talking to somebody the other day that if anger is a response as well, which could happen under this tense aspect, and it'll be that way all week, then that just shows the colors. This was related to kind of a business deal situation, and it was like, if they get upset, then you know what you're dealing with. And actually, that's a real high timeline way to play that square aspect, the Sun and Neptune. If somebody gets under a little bit of pressure and they go back to low timeline behavior, then you know that you're dealing with somebody who is not playing the high timeline game, and then you can adjust accordingly. How are you going to handle that? Of course, there are a gazillion situations that could apply to, and you have to apply it to yourself, guided by your own intuition, which you will find with that Sun square Neptune once you get past the conflict. All right, so that's the landscape of the week. Now, since Mercury is going retrograde this week, I wanted to peek ahead and see what the moon wobble was up to. So the moon wobble is when the Sun, in this case, squares the nodes of the moon. The marker on that is January 10th. You back up 2 weeks, as some people follow, that would be Wednesday the 27th, so there will be a little bit of overlap with moon wobble and Mercury retrograde. If you want to take the 21-day count, then that brings it back to next Wednesday the 20th. Remember, the last moon wobble we had was in early mid-October, and that was when the Hamas attack occurred, was under that moon wobble, and the week before the eclipse. And I know, for all your friends and family who don't believe in astrology, all you can do is shake your head, right? Because you can't make this up. So then a couple of other just setting the stage of the energy that we're experiencing right now. Mars is still the oracle planet, so it's the planet that's coming up in the sky before the sun. And we said some weeks ago that we weren't going to be out of this Mars-Sun conflict energy until the end of this month. And I would even advocate we're not going to get out of it for a while. But at least the Sun and Mars will separate enough that we get a breather from that energy. And then right now they're 7 degrees apart, still very much in the realm of a conjunction. Mars comes up before the Sun, Moon is closing in on the Sun, so we're in that last lunar phase, which is a phase of completion and releasing before we begin the creation around the new moon. So in the High Timeline Club, we're releasing things and we're getting ready of thinking about what we're going to start because we have that Jupiter energy with us as a tailwind because this new moon is in Sagittarius. It will be at 20 degrees 40 minutes in Sagittarius Tuesday afternoon at 6:32 p.m. Eastern as always. So creating energy with the new moon, tapping the brakes energy with Mercury retrograde, and then that Sun squaring Neptune could be kind of a flush out energy, and that's really what we have going on this week. I don't know how we did that, but we did it all within 5 minutes. It seemed like it was a lot of stuff in 5 minutes there. We'll pick apart the Mercury retrograde tomorrow. Got some thoughts on that of how we apply that to ourselves. Have a wonderful Monday. Love you. I'll see you back tomorrow.